travel across the Pentland Firth from John O'Groats on the Scottish mainland to Berwick on the Orkney Islands. Orkney was the site of a Royal Navy base at Scapa, which played a major role in World War I and II. After the armistice in 1918, the German High Seas Fleet was transferred in its entirety to Scapa to await a decision on its future. The German sailors opened the seacocks and scuttled all the ships. Most ships were salvaged, but the remaining wrecks are now a favourite haunt of recreational divers. 1 month into World War II, a German U-boat sank the Royal Navy battleship HMS Royal Oak in Scapa. As a result, barriers were built to close most of the access channels. These had the additional advantage of creating causeways, enabling travellers to go from island to island by road instead of being obliged to rely on ferries. The causeways were constructed by Italian prisoners of war, who also constructed the ornate Italian chapel. In January 1942, some 550 Italian prisoners of war, mainly captured in North Africa, were brought to Orkney. They were needed to overcome the shortage of labour working on the continuing construction of the Churchill barriers. These were the 4 causeways designed to block eastern access to Scapa following the sinking of HMS Royal Oak by a German U-boat in 1939. The chapel, together with nearby concrete statue of St. George killing the dragon and an Italian flag fluttering at the top of a pole, are all that remain of Camp 60. Scapa is now a major oil port serving the Flotta oil terminal, and is a prime location of the ship-to-ship transfers of crude oil product and liquefied natural gas, LNG. The world's first ship-to-ship transfer of LNG took place in Scapa in 2007. Stromness, a long-established seaport, has a population of approximately 2,190 residents. The old town is clustered along the characterful and winding main street, flanked with houses and shops built from local stone, with narrow lanes and alleys branching off it. There is a ferry link from Stromness to Scrabster on the north coast of mainland Scotland. Orkney is special as far as the eye can see. There's no other place in the British Isles quite like it. Across its 70 islands, Orkney is spellbinding, invigorating, relaxing and welcoming. Skara Brae is a stone-built Neolithic settlement located on the Bay of Skale on the west coast of mainland, the largest island in Orkney. It consists of 8 clustered houses and was occupied from roughly 3180 BC to 2500 BC. Europe's most complete Neolithic village, Skara Brae gained UNESCO World Heritage Site status as one of 4 sites making up the heart of Neolithic Orkney. Older than Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids, it has been called the Scottish Pompeii because of its excellent preservation. The discovery of Skara Brae was in the winter of 1850. A severe storm hit Scotland, causing widespread damage and over 200 deaths. In the Bay of Skale, the storm stripped the earth from a large irregular knoll known as Skara Brae. When the storm cleared, local villagers found the outline of a village consisting of a number of small houses without roofs. The Ring of Brodgar is the finest known truly circular late Neolithic or early Bronze Age stone ring. Kirkwall is the largest town and capital of the Orkney Islands of Scotland, with a population of about 9,000. Kirkwall is a port with ferry services to Aberdeen and Lerwick, as well as the principal North Islands in the group. At the heart of the town stands St Magnus Cathedral. St Magnus Cathedral dominates the skyline of Kirkwall, the main town of Orkney, a group of islands off the north coast of mainland Scotland. It is the most northerly cathedral in the British Isles, a fine example of Romanesque architecture, built for the bishops of Orkney when the islands were ruled by the Norse Earls of Orkney. It is owned not by the church but by the borough of Kirkwall as a result of an act of King James III of Scotland, following Orkney's annexation by the Scottish Crown in 1468. Here is the memorial to the Royal Oak. 833 men lost their lives when their ship sunk in Scapa Bay on 14th of October 1939.